The life cycle of organisms refers to the series of stages and changes an individual organism undergoes from its birth or germination to its death or senescence. Different organisms have distinct life cycles, but they often share some common stages. Let's explore the general life cycle of organisms. Birth/germination. For sexually reproducing organisms, the life cycle typically begins with the fusion of gametes, sperm and egg, during fertilization. This creates a zygote, which develops into an embryo and eventually a new individual. In the case of plants, the life cycle begins with the germination of a seed. Growth and development. After birth or germination, the organism enters a growth phase. It goes through various developmental stages, acquiring new structures and increasing in size. This phase involves cell division, differentiation, and tissue formation. Juvenile phase. During this stage, the organism is still developing, and it might not have reached reproductive maturity. Juveniles often have different physical characteristics and behaviors compared to adults. Reproduction. Reproduction is a crucial part of the life cycle, ensuring the continuity of the species. Organisms may reproduce sexually or asexually. Sexual reproduction involves the formation of gametes, which fuse to create a new individual with genetic variation. Asexual reproduction involves the production of offspring without the need for gamete fusion. Adulthood. In the adulthood phase, the organism reaches full maturity and is capable of reproducing. This period of life can vary significantly between different species, ranging from a few weeks to several decades or even centuries. Senescence. As an organism ages, it eventually enters the senescent phase. During this stage, the organism's abilities may decline, and it becomes more susceptible to diseases and other environmental factors. Senescence ultimately leads to death. Death. Death is the final stage of the life cycle. Organisms die for various reasons, including old age, predation, disease, or environmental factors. In some cases, death can be a necessary part of the ecosystem, recycling nutrients and providing resources for other organisms. Reproductive success and offspring survival. The ultimate goal of any organism is to ensure the survival of its offspring. The success of an organism's life cycle depends on its ability to reproduce successfully and increase the chances of its offspring surviving to reproduce in turn. It's important to note that the specific details of an organism's life cycle can differ significantly based on its species, environmental factors, and reproductive strategies. Some organisms may have complex life cycles involving multiple stages and life forms, example, metamorphosis in insects, while others may have relatively simple life cycles.